started it after I got fired for complaining about sexual harassment. Really, nothing bad has ever happened. I really wanted someone who was going to think for me. Yay!
Okay, cool. So yeah, just introduce yourself and then we'll go from there.
Awesome. Yeah, so I'm Megan Allen. I founded my marketing consultancy called Radley almost 6 years ago now, which feels crazy. But I actually started it after I got fired for complaining about sexual harassment and decided I was never going to work for another man ever again. And I haven't, and I'm super proud of that.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, Radley means it's actually like Rad Life, but without the FE at the end because I thought that name sounded too bro-y. So it's just Radley, Li, and feels like I've built a really cool life for myself by building this business. It allows me to work remotely and travel, and we nomaded for a little while and all that stuff. So yeah, super proud of my business and where we've grown to now. And yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, awesome. Tell me or tell us a little bit about what's your business about? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, for sure. So our tagline is a socially conscious consultancy. So I like to work with brands that are making an impact in the world. I've worked with some really, really cool nonprofits. I worked with a lot of B Corps and like just companies that are focused on either improving the environment, improving social justice issues, things like that. So very proud of that. I've also worked with a lot of celebrities, especially people from the Food Network who are, as their side projects, working on anti-hunger work, which is something that's very near and dear to me.
Amazing.
Yeah, so like, and then through there meeting other celebrity clients and things. So I've grown to like more corporate and larger enterprise clients at this point, but still very rooted in that social justice focus.
That's so amazing. It's such good work. What made you initially, like you've been in business 6 years, what made you initially realize that you needed a virtual assistant?
Yeah, that's a great question. It was about 3 years ago, and I had grown to the point of not being sustainable anymore. But the issue with my business that I was worried about bringing out someone full time with is that I have like really big seasons and months and then really dry months. So typically now I can kind of look at it and like this year's actually really funny though, because usually for the last 5 years, April is like a dry month for some reason. Like I have a lot of Q1 projects and then like things slow down and then summer picks back up. But this year, April was really busy. So like I just never really know. I know. Yeah.
It was really slow for me. So that's so crazy.
Oh, that's great. Okay, that's perfect. But yeah, so I really was into the idea of a virtual assistant who would be flexible with me, where when I'm really busy, I can throw things, and then when I'm not like tied to paying a certain amount, or I'm very nervous about down the road eventually like hiring people and paying for health insurance, all those things. Like I want to provide that for someone, but it is such a high cost thing to do. So this is like a nice dipping my toes into having a team. And I also have always, like, as an independent consultant who loves my business, I really like the idea of supporting other people's businesses. So if you are a virtual assistant, like, this is why I love working with you. You have your own business. And so I feel like I'm supporting you by hiring you and you're supporting me, and we're both getting what we want rather than like I've had people, when I was first starting out as a consultant, I worked with consultants who were much further in their career who needed basically like another, like an entry level marketing person they could just throw stuff to. And I needed clients, so I was willing to take on that type of work. And they treated me like an employee with none of the benefits. And I just hate it. It was like a power trip. It was like a weird ideology. I just hated it. And
Mhm.
so I like the idea of finding people who don't want to be an employee, who want to build their own dreams, and and our businesses support each other in building towards those dreams. It's
Yeah, I know, I love that too. It's yeah, it's just it's benefits both sides, kind of like you said. There's like, there's just so many positives to it. And then
yeah,
it's also much more flexible for your business. You really get that flexibility, especially in like the small entrepreneur world where you just never know, like you said, like some months are slower, some months are heavier. So it really is nice to have that flexibility and being able to just call on someone when you need it, but not when it's slower. So that's
exactly.
awesome.
Yeah.
So what tasks did you initially delegate to your VA when you first started off?
Yeah, so it was actually a journey to finding a good VA, if I'm being honest. I initially went through like a VA matching service, and the very first person they matched me with, I just immediately on vibes, like in previous roles hired a lot. I feel like I'm very good at reading people and understanding um like you just initially know, like for me, I always know right away if someone's
Hmm.
going to be a good fit or not. And because it was a matching service, I didn't get a lot of say in it, and it was clear from the get-go we were very different people. We had very different outlooks on life and feminism and like all the things that are very
Yeah,
core important to me.
which
So
is yeah.
yeah, so initially I would give her some smaller tasks just to kind of see, okay, let me give her the benefit of the doubt. Let's see, like maybe I'm wrong. And then those tasks were not, I would just have to redo them anyway. And I eventually was just like, actually what happened is she was also like 8 months pregnant when we got matched together.
Wow.
So I said to the matching service, I was like, well, like I'm only gonna have her for another month. And they were like, no, like she's like 100% gonna keep working. She's just gonna take a week off and then she'll be back. And I was like, I don't think that's gonna happen. And then sure enough it didn't. So then it worked out. And
Yeah.
then I found my next VA who was great. And she ended up going full-time in-house somewhere. Anyway, sorry. The point of your question was what initially did I hand out? And it was certain things, client work that I was really overwhelmed with that I just needed help with and felt like I could dish out, but that's also really important to me, that type of work. So I
Mhm.
would hand out like kind of core systems and processes for my own business work. I hate doing my bookkeeping, so I would ask people to help me with my basic
Well, that
bookkeeping stuff. Yeah.
I was just gonna say that's the idea of a VA is to help you do the things you don't like or you're not good at, all those tasks. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so that stuff was great. And then when I met you, I was so excited because I could give out this more complex um client work. Like I remember the first time I was so behind the eight ball on so many projects, and I had this huge client that I said I would do an audit for their board, and I was
Mhm.
so behind on it. And I basically just like sent you a loom. I was like, this is my vision, like this is the way I'd like the slide structured. It's probably going to be like 150 slides because I'm auditing every single aspect of their marketing funnel. Could you help me like outline it, design the slides, like build everything so I can just come in and plug in information, and then you come out in and make pretty, and then I finalize. And you just hit it out of the park. I had such little
Aw.
work to do when I came back to it that I just was like blown away, and so
That's so
thankful.
nice.
Yeah.
Aw. I feel so special.
Yeah.
Um, so when just backtracking a little bit to what you mentioned with like starting off, like your journey starting off with a VA, I'm sure you came into it with like some fears about like the hiring process and like how it would go. Tell me about like what were those biggest fears? And then we kind of already know how it turned out, but I definitely want to know what some of your fears were.
Definitely. My biggest fears were finding someone who would kind of see under the like behind the scenes of my business, and then go out and either spread, like, I don't know, like, lack of trust, I guess, is like a
Mhm.
kind of issue for me in general. But like with this, especially hiring someone who gets to see, like, my business is just me. I'm the only, like, person
Yeah.
in it who's full time. So I have other people like you, and I have some other people who I bring in to help me on client projects, but they're not behind the scenes and all of that nitty-gritty stuff. So having someone who was going to see that, I was very nervous, especially with like my finances and bookkeeping stuff, made me
Mhm.
nervous. Just to, like, just have that trust. And luckily nothing bad has ever happened. I've never heard of anyone working with me and then going off and saying anything negative. So that is actually, though, really important to me, that everyone who works with me has a positive experience. Even if I'm not happy with their work, I want to give them feedback so that way they
Yeah.
understand why and like can grow. And it's still positive feedback. It's not me being upset. It's just me saying, well, this is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, thank you. That was a big fear of mine.
Yeah, no, that makes complete sense. And I think just looking at like the clients I've worked with all around, that's a fear for everybody. It's just like it's this like your business is your baby, you know. It's really difficult to, especially as a solopreneur, it's really difficult to let other people in on, you know, all the different pieces going on and then really trusting them to care as much about it as you do. So
Yeah.
that's definitely a huge fear. What were some of the main qualities? And I guess this really applies to like the VAs watching too. What are some of the qualities that you really cared about having in a VA?
Yeah, I really wanted someone, and this is maybe not what other people are looking for with a VA. Sorry, my dog is making noises
No,
if you
you're
hear
fine.
that in the background.
Yeah. Oh, I
Um,
do.
Okay. But I really wanted someone who was not going to need me to think for them. I really wanted someone who was going to think for me in certain things. So I really wanted someone that I could think of, and I even said this to you very quickly. Like, I want someone who's going to be eventually like a operations manager or director
Hmm.
for Radley, because you're able to look at, okay, what are we doing consistently for every client? How do we systematize and process and like make that into a process? How do we like set up the back end? Looking at other revenue streams. Like, that's something I do for all of my clients when I'm working with them, is I start on one project and then I'll quickly identify, okay, these are 3 related things that I think are actually going to help you increase revenue in like these different areas, or low lift ideas. So I wanted someone who was going to be like how I am for my clients with me and my business, and help me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like someone who I wouldn't have to, because there's nothing more annoying than sending a Loom video of exactly how to do every little thing. And then you're like, I might as well just do this myself.
I
So,
agree. Yeah, it really like a VA has to be able to come in and like jump in and read between the lines and kind of like make suggestions and really like get what you're doing.
mhm,
It doesn't work if you have to essentially tell them every little thing and then still double check it and like still do it
yeah.
again, you know, because then you're just doing more work at that point. So,
Exactly.
yeah,
Especially for
awesome.
me when I forget to double check. This happens to me all the time. I'll be like, "Oh, I gave that to so and so," and I'll forget to double check it, and the client calls in 15 minutes and I'm like, "Oh my god, this is not presentable." Like, just
Yeah, I
assume
like it too.
it'd be good. That was an early mistake I used to make, but yeah.
Yeah, and
And
yeah,
now I'm
you really
good with
it's
you.
really a trust. Oh, sorry, go for it.
Oh no, and now I think maybe I do that now again because I trust you and I normally don't have to make a lot of fixes, but yeah.
Yeah, but at the beginning, I totally get that. I mean, such a trust thing, and also you just yeah. No, I will say this: not every VA has that skill. It's
Yeah.
actually like few and far between.
Mhm.
And so that's like yeah, to whoever does have that skill, it's so valuable to a client.
It's so
Um,
valuable, and it means you're gonna get more work. It's also a learnable skill. Like I don't know. Like I think it's just the difference. And I feel like this. I've actually had clients in the past who were wanting to start, or like some of my like very early stage startups and like solo founders and things that I've worked with, where they wanted to start this business, and then it became very apparent that they just hadn't made the switch from employee mindset to business owner mindset yet.
mhm.
And it's a switch you have to make, because if you're leaning on someone else to be like, well, what should I do now, that if you're asking what should I do now to anyone as a business owner, like you have to stop doing
Exactly.
that. So
Yeah, it's a huge mindset shift, yeah.
yeah.
Um, what is one of the funniest miscommunications you've had with a VA?
Oh man. I will say this is it. I don't know if this is funny, but one time in my bookkeeping work, I'm always down to the wire on this. Procrastination is a big issue I have that I really lean on my VAs to help me with. But I my accountant really needed my books for the tax deadline, and I had asked her, this is the VA before you, and I'd asked her to help me step in and do these things, and she's great. There was one minor error on the Excel sheet that meant that, because I have an Excel list that I track everything in, and then I have my actual bookkeeping software. So I have they're not two sets of books because they're different. They're two sets of books because the goal is for them to be the same, and it's basically to have checks and balances again, so I can
Mhm.
really make sure everything's right. And the books were off by like 20K, and I was like,
Oh.
oh my God. I was like, this is so bad. And so I was like, what happened? What did I forget? I was going through every single invoice. I was going through every single big expenditure. I was like, I didn't have one big 20K expense that I can think of that, like, so I was like, this must be like an overtime thing that I'm missing. And then after hours and hours and hours, I finally saw that in the Excel sheet, she had like a decimal point off.
Oh
So it
my
was
gosh.
just, it wasn't, the number was right. It was just this one line item in this like almost 1,000 line items of entries
Oh,
for
that's
the year.
crazy.
And I was just like, thank God, like so relieved, but also like so like, oh my gosh, what do I
I
say?
know that is so yeah, that's so awkward, but like it's huge. That could have
Yeah,
majorly messed up your books.
yeah,
That it's funny too though, not gonna lie.
yeah.
Um, what so if you could describe your VA in 3 emojis, what would they be?
Oh, well, you're my VA now. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I'll say words out loud and I'll try and think of emojis. I guess I would
Okay.
say like warm hug, like just warmth and radiance and kindness
Mm.
and support, like a blanket or like a cup of tea. Like you just like make me feel like
Cup
everything's
of tea.
okay. Like you do, like I'll get on our calls and I'll be like, oh my gosh, there's this going on, there's that going on, and I'm not focused on this, which I know I should be. And you're always like, it's okay.
I know, it's always my goal to support you, so that's how I approach life, so
Yeah. So I would say that maybe like the hug emoji, a cup of tea, and then maybe like something fun, because I also love our calls. So like maybe like the celebration, like
I love it.
yeah,
That's so those are good. Yeah, I feel like those fit very accurately to our calls, actually. Yeah,
right? Yeah, yeah.
yeah. That's awesome. Um, let me see. So I want to talk a little bit about the changes that you've seen in your business since you got a VA. Like has it grown? How's it shifted?
Yeah, I'm really proud of this actually. So I'm really happy you're asking, because it really was, and everyone said this, that like the minute you finally start hiring is like when you really grow and scale. And it's so true. Like I finally, like I had always been like, a healthy 6-figure business, which I'm really happy and thankful for. And then once I hired you, and then I brought in this other person who we were working together on a lot of projects. He also has his own agency, but was coming in and helping me with ads with certain clients that I had. And he was so great to work with. And this was the first year where in my books that like I made almost double what I have made in the past. And I also paid out like between, I won't say for everyone I worked with in 2024, so not any in particular, but almost 80K and people and funding other people's businesses, which like made me feel really, really happy and like really like, oh, I'm like making a difference for other people too. So
That's amazing. That's so amazing to hear. It really does change. I actually speak on this a lot, like, or that was what my speech was about. I think I told you, but it really changes your whole business once you start, like finding people to help you in your business and bringing on other people, right? Because it allows you to really focus on what your zone of genius is, and then obviously they have their zone of genius, but it really grows your business. Like I noticed it in my own business too. Like I hired someone to do my video editing because I'm not good at it, and I'm just like, this is amazing. All I have to do is sit down and record, and he edits it, and it's like the greatest investment I've made. But it helps you grow because you're able to produce more of whatever it is you're doing. So it's a huge thing. I wish everybody would. Yeah, I wish everybody would like get behind it. So
I know, I bet more and more. I mean, as you grow too, I think definitely what held me back before was this fear of like, well, I'm kind of not, I'm right making where I need to be, or I'm feeling like I'm under where I need to be. So giving away any of that pot feels like, stupid. And then but then you do, and then you realize, oh, I can say yes to more clients. My clients are happier, so I'm getting more referrals coming in. It just like really is exponential.
It really is 100%. Yeah. What advice we'll end on this note. What advice would you give to someone who's on the fence about hiring a VA?
Oh, my advice honestly is find a good one, because if I had stopped where I started, I would still be where I was business wise. And ask for a referral, ask your friends, like if anybody has a good one. Fabian's amazing. I can't speak highly enough about your work. I would say just do it. It's like such silly, like simple advice, but honestly, it's gonna be worth it. Even if you can only, I don't know, say like give a small amount every month towards it at the beginning, just having that mental mindset of like thinking through, oh, what else can I give them? What else? Like, can I take off my plate that I hate doing? So that way it does free you up to like really focus on like growth and, adding in new revenue streams, all of these things that are going to like really help grow and scale. I just think it's so worth it. And I don't know, I can't ever go back at this point. And finding one because I hear this a lot of people being like, oh, there's this one woman I follow who always says like, my biggest shift in my business was when I switched from depending on VAs to then having like internal team members. And I see what she's saying. I think that means you just need a better VA though. I think you can do a lot of those things and still like not have to invest all that money into hiring full-time an internal team. I think that's great. I like, maybe one day I'll get there. I also really like the simplicity of my business and that I don't have to worry about employee problems and things, because like that, I don't know, like it's a whole nother thing. Then you're losing sight of your business and you're just solving interpersonal problems all the time, as you scale and grow and keep hiring. So I like the simplicity of my business. And I think as long as you find the right VAs, you can achieve very similar outcomes.
Yeah. And I'm just going to piggyback off of that and say finding the right VA is a huge piece of it for sure. There is so many different levels of VAs out there. So you really have to don't just take someone's word for it. Really interview them, see if they're a good fit. Like, do they match your personality? Do they match your, like, what skills are you looking for? What qualities are you looking for? All of that good stuff. And then also the other piece that I wanted to piggyback off of that you mentioned is um, the flexibility piece. Like wherever you're at in your business, I think achieving a VA is actually possible a lot sooner than a lot of people think. Like there
Oh,
is those companies that require you to pay like a certain amount every month, which is difficult for new entrepreneurs. But if you look hard enough, there is also tons of people that will work, in smaller increments of time that you can afford, and it's a lot more flexible to what the schedule is. So yeah, I just wanted to piggyback on that.
yeah,
Awesome.
for sure. I mean, that's one thing I love about working with you is like there's plenty of months where like you send me my invoice for the month and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't give her more work. Like this is so little. And like you
Yeah.
seem fine with it. So I'm like, great. Like
Yeah, it's how I set it up. Yeah. And
yeah.
yeah, I'm totally fine with it because that's really what I care about is that it works for you. Not, I mean, I'll be fine either way because I have, like I have a larger group of clients and everybody ebbs and flows differently. But I really care about the entrepreneur that I work with to have that flexibility to be able to say, okay, like I can't do anything with you this month. And then the next month it's like, oh my God, I have all this stuff. Like, let's get it done. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It was so great.
Yeah, this is so fun. Thanks so much. And yeah, I truly can't recommend you or your team enough. You guys are like the best. So
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so where can people find you if they need a marketing consultant?
oh yeah, that's so nice. You can find me at radley.com. Fabian and I are actually working right now on redoing the website, so that is a work in progress, but you can find me there, or my Instagram handle is at it's Magen Allen and spelled flip-flopped. It's MAGENALLEN. That's my Instagram handle, so that's how you can find me.
Awesome. Sweet. Perfect. Awesome. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is so fun.
Yeah, absolutely.